Hello everyone, it's Teacher Joel of Your English Mind, and thanks for stopping by class today. In today's class, we are going to focus on one word and one word only, and that word today is the word cut. We're going to take a look at 10 different ways we can use this word. Now, cut is an example of a homograph. Well, what exactly is a homograph? Well, a homograph is a word that is spelled and sounds the same, but actually has many different meanings, okay? So in today's class, we are going to take a look at 10 different ways we can actually use the word cut. Cut above the rest, got cut, didn't make the cut, cuts deep, cut of your jib, cut me some slack, cut down, cut class, not cut out for this, cut in or cut in line, and work cut out for. All right, we got a lot of work to do today, so let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, let's start with our first example of using the word cut. Cuts above the rest. Now, what does this expression mean? Well, a cut above the rest means that it's better than anything or everyone else. So this is a compliment. If someone ever says to you, you're a cut above the rest, that's a good thing. That means that they think you are the top, okay? Superior. They think you are superior or it is superior. Superior is an adjective and it means better than something. So, for example, I could say, I believe Apple is superior to Sony. Okay, so that's an example of how we could use this in a sentence. Okay, now that we know what this expression means, a cut above the rest, let's see how we can actually use it in a sentence here. There are many talented female singers today, but in my opinion, Adele is a cut above the rest. So, what this person is saying basically is they feel that there are many talented female singers, but I think Adele is the best. So, cut above the rest just simply means you think someone or something is at the top level and nothing is better than it. Okay, let's look at our second example of how we can use the word cut. Got cut or didn't make the cut. Now, both of these expressions actually have the same meaning, and I'm going to go over both of them in a minute here. Earlier, we talked about the phrase a cut above the rest, okay, which is a good thing. But if you get cut or you didn't make the cut, that's actually a bad thing, okay? Because it means that you are or it is not good enough to continue. Now, a cut above the rest, we talked earlier, means that something is superior, which is better than. But if you got cut or didn't make the cut, it means that it is or you are inferior. Inferior means not as good as. So inferior and superior are antonyms. Antonyms means they have the opposite meaning, okay? That's good to know. Now that we know what this phrase means, let's take a look at an example of how we can use both phrases here. Michael Jordan actually got cut from his high school basketball team. Or we could also say Michael Jordan didn't make the cut on his high school basketball team. I know that sounds crazy. Michael Jordan, what I feel is the best basketball player of all time, actually didn't make the cut, got cut from his high school basketball team. It's hard to believe. And that's basically what this means here. Michael Jordan wasn't good enough to make his high school basketball team, okay? So didn't make the cut or got cut just simply means it's not good enough. All right, Let's take a look at our third expression or our third phrase here using the word cut. Cuts deep. Now, something that cuts deep is not good because something that cuts deep, it hurts you emotionally. It hurts you right here, right in the heart, okay? Now, an example of when something might cut deep is when someone insults you. Insult means to say something rude or mean, okay? So when someone insults you or says something really mean to you, like that can really, really cut deep. It can hurt you emotionally, okay? So an example of how we could use this in a sentence, we could say, my boss said the report I handed in was the worst she's ever seen. What she said really cuts deep. So imagine you're at work and you give a report to your boss. Your boss looks it over and says, Joel, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Ouch, that really cuts deep. I worked really hard on this. I made some mistakes, but for my boss to say that's the worst she's ever seen, well, that really hurts, okay? So that's what this means here. This person felt really bad after their boss told them their report was bad. So when something cuts deep, remember, it hurts you deep in the heart. So be careful. Try not to insult. Try to be nice to each other. No one wants to cut someone deep. Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at our next expression here using the word cut. Cut of your jib. This is an expression we use in English. It's kind of old fashioned. We don't use this expression too much anymore, but you still hear it from time to time. And when we use cut of your jib, it means that we are showing support or disapproval of an idea or statement. Okay, so if you like the cut of someone's jib, that means you support it. If you don't like the cut of someone's jib, then it means you are against it. Okay? So, an example of when we would use this expression when we're either agreeable, which means to agree with, or disagreeable, and it means we disagree with, okay? So let's take a look at an example of how we could use this expression in a sentence. I have two people here because to show this, we actually have to have a conversation between two people. So let's say there's a sales meeting, okay? And the boss is asking for suggestions. And an employee says, well, I think we should focus on the Asian market. So the boss hears this. Now, the boss can either think that's a good idea or a bad idea. If the boss thinks it's a good idea, he or she might say, I like the cut of your jib, meaning I support that. I think we should focus on the Asian market. Or if they don't like it, they might say, I don't like the cut of your jib, okay? So that's basically what this expression here means. The boss agrees or disagrees with the idea of focusing on the Asian market. Again, as I stated earlier, this is kind of an older expression. We seldom use this, but you still do hear it once in a while. Okay, the next expression we're going to look at using the word cut is cut me some slack. Okay, now this expression means that you're looking for understanding. You're very, very overwhelmed. Okay, and overwhelmed means to be, very busy with work or other things that you need to deal with. It's not good to be overwhelmed, it's very stressful and it creates a lot of pressure on you. So nobody likes to feel overwhelmed, okay? So let's look at how we can use this expression, cut me some slack, in a sentence. I'm sorry I forgot to pick up milk after work, but I had to work overtime and I missed the last subway home. Cut me some slack. So, let's say someone comes home and maybe, their friend, their husband, their wife texted them, hey, do you mind picking up some milk on your way home from work? And when they come home, the person says, hey, did you get the milk? And you're like, oh, I forgot. And maybe the person's like, oh man, I really needed milk. We need milk tomorrow. And you would say, hey, like, cut me some slack. That's what this means. I'm sorry about not picking up milk, but I had a long day. Please be understanding. So when someone says to you, cut me some slack, it means that they're not feeling good. Don't continue to put pressure on them. Kind of leave them alone and be a bit more understanding of their situation. Okay, the next expression we're going to look at is cut down. This is another way we can use the word cut. So to cut down means to consume or have less of something. Consume means to put it in our body. So examples of consume would be like eat, drink, watch, or listen. Things that we put into our body, okay? So to cut down means to consume less of something. So an example of a word that's connected to this would be the word reduce. Reduce means to have less of something, okay? So now that we know what this phrase means, let's take a look at an example here. I have gained 20 pounds since May. I really need to cut down on eating junk food. Whoa, my, sounds like you're talking about Teacher Joel needing to cut down on the snacks, okay? So this sentence here just means I've gained a lot of weight since May, so I really need to eat less junk food. So remember, when you need to cut down on something, it just simply means that, you have some unhealthy habits. I need to cut down on smoking. I need to cut down on drinking. I need to cut down on eating junk food. I need to cut down on my time using social media. All of these things are okay if you do them once in a while, but if you do them too often, they can become unhealthy habits. So sometimes you need to cut down, which just simply means do it or consume less of it. Okay, the next expression we're going to look at here using the word cut is cut class. Uh-oh, cutting class. What does this mean? Well, cut class means to skip school and do something fun. Now, Teacher Joel, I have a story for you. When I was in high school, I actually got suspended for cutting class. Yeah, I was a lot younger and I got my driver's license and I just wanted to drive around and do fun stuff and not go to class. So I cut a lot of class. I did get in trouble and I got suspended. Not proud of it, but that was a long time ago. That's okay. Now, a word connected to this here would be truant. Okay, so truant means to not attend class without an acceptable reason. So if you have a family emergency or you have like a doctor's appointment, the school's okay with you going and dealing with that. But if you just, don't go to class and you go to a friend's house to play games or do something fun, well, that's not an acceptable reason and you are being truant, okay? So now that we know what the expression cut class means, let's take a look at how we can use it in a sentence here. It's Friday afternoon and it's so nice out. Let's cut class and go to the beach. So in this sentence here, a person is saying, hey, it's Friday afternoon. It's so nice out. Man, I don't want to be stuck in class. Time always goes so slow Friday afternoon. It's the last day of the school week. Let's get out of here and let's do something fun. So yeah, because it's Friday afternoon and nice out, let's skip class and do something fun. So cutting class, not a good thing to do, but I don't know, Teacher Joe, if you do it once in a while, I think it's okay. Okay, the next expression we're going to look at here with the word cut is not cut out for this. Well, what does this mean? Well, not cut out for this means you are not prepared or able to handle a certain situation. So sometimes things might happen suddenly and you're like, oh, I'm not cut out for this. I'm not able to do this. A word connected to this here we could say is inadequate. Okay, inadequate is an adjective and it means that you are lacking the ability or skill needed for something, okay? So it's very common with new parents, for example. They have a baby, they've never had a child before, and the new parents might say, "Oh my gosh, like I'm not cut out for this." Now, of course they are. They're just very scared because it's a new situation. But in their mind, they might feel, I don't have the ability to do this. So that's an example of how we might use this, okay? So let's take a look at this expression in a sentence. My boss promoted me to head of marketing. I'm excited, but if I'm being honest, I don't think I'm cut out for this. So, this person here is very excited. They got a promotion, that's great. They're super pumped up. But in their mind, they just simply feel, hey, I'm not cut out for this. I'm not ready for this. Maybe they don't have the experience. Maybe they don't have the personality. Maybe they feel they don't have the skills required. But just at the end of the day, they don't feel comfortable in this position, okay? So my boss promoted me, but I'm not ready yet, okay? So not cut out for this just simply means you're not ready or you feel you're not able to do it at this time. Okay, the next expressions we're going to look at are a bit different, but similar in some ways, okay? So cut in and cut in line. Now, let's take a look at the first one here, cut in. Cut in means to interrupt someone. Interrupt someone means to speak over them while they are speaking. This is very rude. When someone's speaking, you should wait till they're finished and then you should say what you have to say. So when you interrupt someone, it's very impolite to do. And the second expression here, cut in line, means to move to the front of the line by going ahead of others. So when you're in line at a store or maybe at a buffet, you have to wait, okay? And then you get to move up as it's your turn. But cut in line is when someone doesn't want to wait and they just kind of go in front of you or they try to get to the front of the line as quickly as possible. So both of these here are very rude and impolite. These are both adjectives and this means to show bad manners. So it's very rude and impolite to cut in as well as cut in line. Don't do this, okay? So let's look at an example here about how we could use each expression in a sentence. I hate it when people cut in when I'm speaking, and that man just cut in line. How rude, okay? So both of these actions are very rude or impolite, okay? I don't like being interrupted, and that man just skipped the line. Skip the line is another way to say cut in line. They just kind of try to go in front of others, okay? So both of these expressions are very show that something is very rude or impolite. We don't want to do either of these, okay? All right, we are at the end. This is the 10th and final expression we're going to look at here using the word cut, and the expression is work cut out for, okay? What exactly does this expression mean? Well, work cut out for means the thing this person needs to do is very difficult and it requires a lot of work, okay? So when you have your work cut out for you, it means that this task is very, very difficult and you're going to need to put in a lot of effort and work very hard in order to accomplish this. A phrase here that's connected to this is work tirelessly, okay? So to work tirelessly means to work very hard without taking many breaks or taking much rest, okay? So if you have your work cut out for you, you might have to work tirelessly in order to get it done, okay? Let's take a look at how we can use this expression in a sentence here. The new company president will really have her work cut out for her as international sales have decreased by 27% since last April. Sorry about that. Okay, so when we look at this sentence here, international sales are down by 27%. Uh-oh, that's not very good, So the new company president has a lot of work to do to turn things around. Turn things around just means to improve things, make sure things get better, okay? So obviously sales are down. What can we do? The company is really hurting, okay? So the new president is going to have to come up with some new ideas and work very, very hard in order to turn things around. So she has her work cut out for her, okay? So this expression just means, yeah, you need to put in a lot of effort and a lot of hard work in order to accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to do, a very difficult task. Okay, guys, so that's it. We've learned 10 new expressions just simply using one word. You guys did an excellent job today, and I hope you found this class very useful. I hope to see you soon. Hello everyone, it's Teacher Joel of Your English Mind, and I just wanted to say thanks for stopping by class today. While you're here, don't forget to subscribe to the Your English Mind YouTube channel and click on the notifications bell to make sure that you're getting updates on all the new English videos we are producing. Also, add us on Instagram and Facebook, where we're posting new English content all the time to help you build your English skills. You did an excellent job in today's class, and I'm very proud of you. I hope to see you in class again real soon.